So, let's talk about Shiva. Specifically, let's talk about his names. There are a lot of them, and today we're going to unpack what's really going on there. Because the story behind these names, well, it reveals a lot more than you might think. Not just about a deity, but about the very fabric of life itself.
It all kicks off with this one number, 108. In the yogic tradition, this is how many widely known names there are for Shiva. And you know, 108 is not just some random number. It's seen as sacred, representing the wholeness of existence. It pops up everywhere. The diameter of the sun is about 108 times the diameter of the earth. You've got 108 beads on a prayer mala. It signifies completion. So, 108 names, which, immediately makes you wonder,
right? I mean, why on earth would one being need that many different names? It seems a little extra. But the answer to this question completely flips how we understand the whole concept of Shiva.
Okay, so the very first thing we have to do is kind of shift our whole perspective. In the yogic tradition, Shiva isn't really seen as a god you just worship in the typical sense. He's something else.
This quote from Sadhguru just nails it. See, Shiva isn't a being who's simply good. He represents the totality of existence. That means he's everything. The beautiful and the terrifying, the creator and the destroyer. That's why you can't just slap a simple label like good or evil on him. He's the whole shebang.
So you might be thinking, how do you even begin to organize something that's, well, everything? Turns out there's a really elegant structure to it. All those countless names and forms of Shiva can actually be boiled down to 7 fundamental dimensions. Think of them like the primary colors. And all the other names are just different shades mixed from these 7.
And here they are. You've got Ishwara, this distant, almost abstract idea of a godhead. But then you have Shambho, the kind, personal god you can actually talk to. You get Bhola, the simple, innocent hermit. And right next to him, Dakshinamurthy, the ultimate cosmic teacher. Then there's Nataraja, the source of all art and creativity. Kaal Bhairav, the fierce destroyer of anything that's holding you back. And Somasundara, the unbelievably beautiful romantic. Every single one of those 108 names is just one expression of these core ideas.
And what this setup does so brilliantly is show you the sheer range we're talking about. These names aren't just saying the same thing in different ways. No, they represent the absolute polar opposites of life. Let's look at a couple of quick examples.
Just look at this contrast. On one hand, you have Bholenath, the simple one, totally innocent, completely uncomplicated. But in the exact same being, you have Mahakala, the ultimate destroyer, the lord of time itself, the force that dissolves everything. That's the entire spectrum of existence, right there, in just 2 names.
Then you get a name like Nataraja, the king of dancers. And this isn't just about, busting a move. This is about the constant, dynamic, vibrant dance of the entire universe. His dance is what creates, sustains, and eventually dissolves everything in a perfect cosmic rhythm. It's the pulse of life itself.
And this one, Adiyogi. This is absolutely fundamental. It means the very first yogi. This name points to Shiva as the original guru who gave humanity the science of yoga. And we're not talking about just stretching here. This was a powerful, sophisticated technology for inner engineering, a complete roadmap for a human being to reach their absolute highest potential.
And then we've got this incredible name, Neelkanth. The story here is just epic. During a cosmic event, a lethal poison came out that threatened to wipe out all of creation. So what did Shiva do? He drank it to save everyone, but he held it in his throat, which turned blue. This name represents this unbelievable capacity to absorb the worst poison, the worst negativity, for the well-being of everyone else, without letting it destroy you.
So, okay, when you start putting all these different threads together, the idea of a guru, these 7 core forms, all these wild contrasting names, what you end up with is something pretty profound. That list of 108 names isn't just a list at all. It's something much, much more. And here it is. Here's the big aha moment. The names of Shiva, they're not just titles for some god out there. They're a map of you. They describe every possible quality and dimension of life and consciousness. The peaceful, the ferocious, the creative, the destructive, it's all in there. Not just floating around in the cosmos, but as a potential locked inside every single one of us.
And that really leaves us with this one big question to chew on. The tradition isn't just asking you to admire these 108 qualities in some far-off being. It's holding up a mirror. It's asking you, if one being can contain all of this, if all of this potential exists, what parts of your own vast inner universe are you leaving unexplored?